If you're moving to the Atlanta area soon and you're wondering what are some of the more luxury neighborhoods to live in here in the Atlanta area, well, that's what I'm going to cover today. I'm going to cover my top 5 luxury neighborhoods here in the Atlanta area, so stay tuned. We're talking all about luxury right now. Hey everyone, my name is Molly and welcome back to my channel. If you are new and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the Atlanta area, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow along. But let's get right into it. We're talking luxury neighborhoods today. This is a fun one because, hey, even if you're not shopping for a luxury neighborhood, it's fun to dream and, hey, keep playing that lottery, work hard, maybe you'll be there someday. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Here's my top 5 luxury neighborhoods. Starting with number 1, I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you know anything about Atlanta, you probably heard of Buckhead. So yes, Buckhead is the most affluent neighborhood here in the Atlanta area. Now there's over like 40 different neighborhoods in the Buckhead area. So I'm gonna break it down to a couple different neighborhoods that are probably the most luxurious in my opinion. Other people may argue to differ. Perhaps the nicest neighborhood in the Buckhead area might be arguably Tuxedo Park. Now the median sales price here is $3.7 million. Of course, the home prices go up from there, but what I love about this neighborhood is if you're seeking some of that privacy feeling, you can certainly get that here because lots range from 1 to 5 acres. And it's just like a very serene setting. And if you're ever driving through that neighborhood, sometimes it's kind of hard to see some of those homes because they are very well manicured to create more of that private feeling. I mean, there are some celebrities that live in this neighborhood. Another thing that I like about it is that it is not too far from the Chastain Park, which has some great amenities. I mean, there's horseback riding, tennis, there's golf, baseball fields, a cute playground equipment, a pool. So just a lovely area to walk around. And speaking of Chastain Park, that would be another neighborhood that I really like. I would say this is more, not as flashy as Tuxedo Park because, at the max, you're probably getting 1 acre lot. So these are more modest in size of homes, but very nice. The median sales price here is $1.4 million. And of course, the great thing about living in this neighborhood is you're right by that Chastain Park. Now, another neighborhood in the Buckhead area that I think a lot of people don't think about as much is kind of in this Pacey's neighborhood just next to the Chattahoochee River, just before you cross over into the Vinings area. Here you can get some really huge acreage and big homes over here. In fact, Tyler Perry used to have a home over here. He later sold it to Steve Harvey. So that is one example of a home there. But yeah, you can get some really nice big sized homes over there, very woodsy and very private feeling as well. You will also find a couple of private schools over in this area. There's the Westminster School and the Lovett School are both located over in that area. And yeah, if you're ever in kind of the Buckhead area, just drive along the West Pacey's Ferry Road. You're gonna see a lot of beautiful homes over there, including the Governor's Mansion. So yeah, you can't go wrong with finding something in the Buckhead area. Definitely it can get pricey. I've seen a couple homes in this neighborhood listed at $15 million. I think that's kind of the top, but as of recent, there's been a couple $8 million home sales in this neighborhood. But there you go. That would be my top pick for luxury neighborhoods in Atlanta. Next on my list would be Ansley Park. Now this would be a neighborhood for someone that really enjoys the Midtown amenities without living in Midtown. It's right next door. What I love about Ansley Park is if you're ever driving through there, they have some really wide streets and you would just not believe that you're basically in the center of the city. The median sales price for Ansley Park right now is about $1.45 million. The probably higher tiered price points are, $3.5 to $4 million, although I do see that there is a pending sale of new construction at $5.5 million. So that kind of gives you your range of this neighborhood. There is a beautiful Ansley Park Country Club that you could join, which is obviously golf course, tennis club, that kind of thing. And you're right next to Midtown. So if you enjoy kind of like the art scene, you're right next to the Woodruff Art Center, the High Museum of Art, and of course all of the dining over in the Midtown area. And you're not too far away from the Buckhead area either. Now, in the Ansley Park area, you're not going to get quite as much acreage, you know, 0.2, 0.5 acres max over here, maybe a couple that are a little bit bigger, but don't expect as big of lots in this neighborhood. And you're going to be intermixed with a lot of smaller bungalows and smaller homes. You know, those still get pretty pricey as well for what you get. So just keep that in mind. It's going to feel a little bit more kind of a casual neighborhood with some sophistication. Number 3 on my list would be Morningside. Now, I would kind of say that this is like the in-town Atlanta version of Buckhead. It's probably one of the nicer in-town neighborhoods. You know, the lot sizes are not going to be huge, maybe 0.25 on average, half an acre at the most. Now, there is a part in Morningside, kind of the northwest corner, where you do get some bigger homes where you're like, man, am I in Buckhead? But for the most part, the rest of Morningside, you know, lots and homes are going to be a little more scrunched together, but the median sales price in this neighborhood is around 1.4 million. Now, they are building some new construction in this area that is getting priced at like $3.74 million, which we haven't seen a lot of that in the Morningside area yet. Maybe this is a trend that's going to start happening more and more, but it is definitely kind of a family-friendly vibe. It is zoned to some highly ranked schools. There is a little bit of walkability with that Morningside Village area with some places to go grab a coffee or a nice dinner. And of course, you're right next to Piedmont Park and the Atlanta Beltline. If you're looking for a nice sized home, I'm talking like 4,000, 5,000 square feet with a 2-car garage, a finished basement, where it kind of just is blended in with the rest of the neighborhood, nothing over the top flashy, then Morningside might be the neighborhood for you. Next on my list would be Brookhaven. Now, Brookhaven is its own city. It stretches from I-85 up to 285. And I want to point out a couple different neighborhoods within this area, because not all of it, I would say, is luxurious, but definitely historic Brookhaven. That would be one area to definitely look into. It is surrounded by the beautiful Capital City Country Club, and you can find a mix of, you know, newer style homes, kind of with some Tudor and, you know, traditional. The lot sizes are going to be, you know, anywhere from a half acre to an acre at the most. The median sales price is 1.725 million. I think on the upper end being about 4 million, 4.5 million, something like that. It's right next to Buckhead, so if you'd like to go out and dine, you can certainly scoot on over to Buckhead really quickly. Another neighborhood that's in the Brookhaven area would be Ansley Park. Now, this one has just been evolving over the last 10 years. Lots of new builds, new construction in this neighborhood. I'd say, you know, on average, a new build in this area is going to be about 1.75. The average sales price in Ansley Park is 1.165, but definitely if you're wanting one of the bigger, newer style builds in this neighborhood, you're going to be paying probably around that $1.7 million mark or up. I've seen a couple sales in the 2.2 up to 2.9 million, but this is going to be filled with a lot of families as well. There is a school in this neighborhood. There is a small park with a splash pad. It's right next to a MARTA station, and there's a lot of little shops and some places to eat along Dresden Drive. So this is a terrific spot for people that kind of just want like a nice home, you know, not too much yard, but not too little, and close to the Buckhead area. This is also a great place, I say, for people that are working, especially over at the new children's hospital that's getting built just south of there. This would be a great option to seek out. Rounding out my top 5 luxury neighborhoods here in the Atlanta area would be Druid Hills. Now, Druid Hills just screams that historical elegance and sophistication, especially when you are on some of the prime streets in this neighborhood. That includes Springdale Road, Oxford Road, Oakdale Road, Lowwater Road, and even on Ponce de Leon, you can find these 1-acre lots with really big, beautiful historical homes. We're talking colonial revival, Georgian, and Tudor style homes, to name a few. Now, these homes will be anywhere from 1.7 up to $4 million. Now, if you look at the median sales price for all of Druid Hills, that is around $933,000, because the rest of Druid Hills is more kind of what you would say the commoners, where they live. It is just your typical bungalow or brick Tudor style homes in this neighborhood. The great things about this neighborhood is it's home to the Druid Hills Country Club. So if you want to join a private golf membership, you could certainly do that here. They also have social memberships, and they have tennis courts, a pool, gym facility. I have a lot of friends that go here. I've been a guest there many of times with my friends. So that is just right next door to some of those prime streets that I named off. There's also some beautiful green spaces in this neighborhood. It's also home to the Emory campus that's beautiful, and the Emory Adult Hospital. You know, this is where the president and co-founder of Coca-Cola used to live. So there's a lot of history in this neighborhood. It's actually a historical neighborhood. So if you're looking to renovate, you definitely have to get special permission to renovate anything in this area. But beautiful neighborhood overall, and it's close to, you know, Midtown and restaurants and that kind of thing. So if you're looking for kind of a sophisticated yet relaxed atmosphere, Druid Hills would be a good spot for you. All right, there you go. There is my list of 5 luxury neighborhoods here in the Atlanta area. Of course, there's tons more of nice neighborhoods in Atlanta. So this is not, you know, the end all be all. So hit me up if you want to know more about certain areas. And if you're making a move to the Atlanta area and you need help with your future home search, make sure you're hitting me up, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, whether you're moving tomorrow or next year. Let's have a conversation. I can't wait to hear from you and see where we can find you a place that meets your lifestyle and your budget. Now, as always, if you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.